Hey guys, it's me, Cooper, on Easter. I'm actually not going to be talking about Easter. I'm going to be talking about Inkwell Isle 1 of Cuphead. This series will be split into like 4 parts. Inkwell Isle 1, which I'm doing right now. Isle 2, Isle 3, and Final, which is King Dice and the Devil. So, this video will contain spoilers. Spoiler alert, Wii U. So, yeah. This video will contain spoilers. Which I'll do a video after I beat one aisle, so I beat, a few days ago on Saturday. No, on Friday, me and my dad, we both worked together and beat Inkwell Isle 1. And I have not yet even beat one boss in Isle 2. So I'll only be talking about Isle 1. Okay, for the few of you who don't know what a Cuphead is, here's the story. So these two brothers gamble away their souls to the devil, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you should probably look that. And you need to fight these bosses. You get this shooting power, where you can shoot things, and you pretty much talk to the apple guy. He'll give you 3 coins, and you probably already have 1 from the tutorial, giving you enough to buy a charm or a weapon at Pork Rinds Emporium. So let me talk. I'm going to talk about about the 3 things you can do at the beginning. Pork Rinds Emporium is open at that time, obviously. So there's 3 things you could start with. 1 run and gun and 2 bosses. The thing about the run and guns, you run through a stage and try to get to the end. Try to get to the end without dying. Pretty simple. The boss stages is the same thing, except you don't run through a stage. You need to shoot the boss and survive. Not for a certain period of time, you just need to do enough damage to knock them out. When it says a knockout on the screen, you know you won. Okay, so now let me talk about the first run and gun, Forest Follies. So Forest Follies is interesting. So you run through, there's these little annoying flower things. They'll fly down at you, and as soon as you kill one, another flies down, runs up behind you. That's one of the benefits of doing co-op, that me and my dad, we kind of just, I took the back ones out, he took the front ones out. Yeah. There's also this thing called a super. Wait, before I talk about the super, I'm going to talk about the EX. So the EX attack, this is what it does. So the EX attack, once you build up 1 out of 5, 1 card next to your HP bar, you'll be able to do one's EX move. It's where you do a powered up version of what your weapon is. Yeah. The super attack, you get 1 after beating a mausoleum. There's 1 mausoleum in each world, so 3 mausoleums. You need to parry these ghosts. Once you defeat the ghosts, you get one of the supers. This what? I'm filming a video. Stop. Just stop. Sorry guys, that was just my mom being annoying. Mom, you said that you'd never bother me during a video again. You lied about that. Hey guys, never mind her. She's just being annoying. So, pretty much, here's what happens once you get a super. Once all your cards are full, you get 5 of them. You can use a super attack, which does a lot of damage. And here's a lot. Yeah. I haven't talked about the weapons yet. So the weapons, the weapons cost $4, charms cost $3. There's 3 open to you at the beginning. You already have the pea shooter at the beginning, where you can get chaser, which is weak, but chases your enemy down. The triple shot, which is pretty strong, just it's really short range. And roundabout, that's the one I bought at the beginning, and probably the best one. You shoot like little boomerangs from your finger, then they come around and they start hitting the boss for more damage. Yeah. Yeah. And then there's also, I'll talk about the other 3 next video. Like, okay, I haven't even started talking about the bosses yet. We're 7 minutes in. Okay. The bosses. They're all pretty great bosses. This game has a good style. I'll talk about the first 2 now. You can start with either one, but I'd prefer to start with Goopy Legrand. So I'm going to talk about him first. Goopy, he's actually has an easy pattern. He hops around, occasionally stopping to throw a punch. You can duck under this punch and shoot him while he's punching. Second phase is super creative. Goopy eats this pellet, and then there's question marks that you can parry to get more cards. 1 parry gives you 1 card. And Goopy gets bigger and does the exact same thing. He hops around, occasionally stopping to throw a long-range punch, which you can also duck under. Did I mention that? Third phase is definitely the hardest one, because he gets squashed by his own by a gravestone, and now he's going around. You can shoot him, but whenever he stops and then get away, then dash out, because he'll squash you. Once you hit the knockout, it's over. Okay, now on to the harder boss, the Root Pack. Wait, before I talk about them, once you defeat Goopy, you unlock another boss, which is up there. I'll talk about her later. Then there's the Root Pack. They each only have 1 attack, except the carrot who has 2. Each of their attacks is easy. The potato, he shoots 3 dirt balls, and then he shoots a worm. The worm, you can parry the worm, so you should parry the worm. Which, by now, you can't be able to have the mausoleum unless you already beat Ribby and Croaks, which they come after you beat them back. The potato shoots the things, and then he goes down, and then the onion comes up. The onion starts crying. The tears will hurt you, so don't get hit by the tears. Actually, look at the tears and where they're falling to move your guy away. Look at the tears, not your guy. Yeah. So the onion, some of the tears are parryable, but I wouldn't recommend parrying them. The onion's pretty easy, but the carrot, he's the hardest part of this fight. Because you have to hit the carrot specifically in the face. And, oh yeah, that's the same with Goopy. Goopy and the carrot, you both have to hit them in the face to actually do damage. The carrot will summon little carrots to fight you, while you can shoot him from above with your weapons. Bread would be really good for this, because if you get in, you could kind of do a lot of damage and jump up and do your EX move, which he'd be hit by all 8 that go in each direction. But yeah. The carrots, in the middle of you dodging carrots, he'll be shooting psychic waves, which are pretty hard to dodge. I recommend dashing under. Once the knockout happens, it's over. Okay, now we'll talk about the 2 bosses that get unlocked once you beat those 2. In your Goopy's path, you unlock a staircase going up to Hildeberg, which is a plane level. You'll need to learn the plane, go into the aeroplane blueprints, do those, which is kind of like a plane version of the tutorial, and then fight Hildeberg. And here's one thing. Next to Goopy on your right, there will be this little path. You can actually walk through that and get to another boss, Cagney Carnation. But you should save him for after Hildeberg. Which, here's one tip. Hildeberg has a lot of phases, but they're all very short and easy. First phase, she'll just shoot Haws at you while little things shoot little beads at you that are occasionally pink and parryable. Then she'll turn into this bull, which is Taurus, and yeah, she'll, in the middle, like she'll float around with the bead shooting at you, and then go back in with an animation. Everything forever would be hit. And here's the thing bad. You don't have the bombs yet to switch in a bomber. So you have to attack her from the front. Once you see that, here's a little tip. Float up and down and just shoot. I promise you're probably going to be safe. Yeah, you're probably going to be safe. She'll turn back into her regular form. This time, she'll shoot a tornado that you should go to the bottom, because if you're playing co-op, she hits, and if she hits you, you can be revived, but if you can also shrink and go under it. Here's the absolutely, yeah. So then she'll turn into one of 2 constellations. Either Cupid or the twins. The twins, they'll summon like a ball and they'll just go around shooting, and while the jelly bean things are shooting at you. Cupid, he's easier. Dodge the arrow. The stars will chase you. Just go in a circle. Whole time they'll eventually fly out. And yeah. Once you do that, she'll go back into the phase that she did after Taurus. Once you damage her enough, she'll turn into her final phase. She'll turn into a giant moon, send stars at you. Sometimes they're parryable. Launch her face out, not that far. You probably won't get hit by it. And woo, these spaceships will come at you. Okay, so in this boss battle in the airplane, this is the EX moves have been replaced with like big bullet bill things. And even if you didn't beat the mausoleum already, you'll have this super with 5 cards. You turn into this big nuke and you hit her with a powerful blow. Yeah. And then you could try Cagney, Carnation, Ribby, and Croaks. I'd prefer doing Cagney first, but here's one tip. Go to Ruby and Croaks. You won't get the contract if you do it on simple. See, I did on simple so I could get the super. And then, yeah. We're down to the last 2 bosses of World 1. There's 5 in World 1. There's this guy with there's like, okay, so Cagney Carnation, he's in some flowers. Yeah, he's like a pile of flowers. So yeah, he will be there doing his dance. He'll launch his face out either up or down. If you see him doing it down and you're on the ground, jump up onto the 3 platforms. If you're doing it up, just walk off platform. He'll spew seeds, which is a huge problem. If you're playing co-op, that's fine. It's fine. Wanna know why? Because one of you could get rid of all of the bottom, one of you could get rid of the top. He'll shoot out these little seed rockets and boomerangs. Then he'll send his roots into the ground. Ooh. And they'll, so you can't go on the ground, you have to be on the platform. If you see the roots under the platforms, they'll be scared to shoot up. If you still have the parryable, like, pumpkin thing up there, kill him. Just kill him. Cagney will shoot dandelions. Some will be parryable. Just dodge the little, like, sharp things and dandelions and you'll be A-okay. Time for the final part of World 1. Ribby and Croaks. Their first phase is easy, where you could duck, let their first punch comes, jump over that, and go down. And once it gets to and duck. Once they get to the punch gets to the bomb again, jump. And then do rinse and repeat that. There's also these annoying flies. Once you beat that phase, there's this phase where they shoot this ball. Yeah, just move past that phase. Like, do a pattern to get not be hit. Final phase. This one's hard. Being Croaks will pick 1 out of 3. 3 things. Devils, which are the easiest. Tigers are like second hardest. And the hardest are definitely the frogs. Hopefully you have a partner to parry. By now, you should be able to overcome that and parry. Oh yeah, and you need to parry the switch for them to become vulnerable. Once you defeat them, congrats, you have 1 run in. Oh yeah, don't do them on simple because you have to be them on regular. And there's also this stage called Treetop Trouble. You go through a tree trunk, you climb up the tree while fighting baddies, and you get some coins, which you could use to buy at the shop. Go on these little leaf guys, fight the mini boss, boom, done. Here's another thing about 2 players. You can save each other, but the boss has more HP. Okay, we've talked about everything. This review for IO1 is over. Well, see you guys. Bye.